Hello everyone, this is Miss Conte, and today I will be reading to you Dinofours, I'm So Grumpy. This is written by Steve Metzger and is illustrated by Hans Wilhelm. It was circle time. The children gathered on the rug with their teacher, Mrs. D. Everyone looks so bright and cheerful today, she said. Let's start off by singing, I've Been Working on the Railroad. Brendan jumped up. I love that song, he said. It's the best song in the whole world. Brendan started dancing as he sang. I've been working on the railroad all the livelong day. Stop it, yelled Tara. We haven't begun singing yet. That's right, said Mrs. D. Brendan, please sit down and we'll all sing together. Brendan sat down, right on top of Tracy. Hey, Tracy shouted as she pushed Brendan off her leg. You're hurting me. Stop that, Brendan said. It was an accident. All right, children, Mrs. D said. Let's settle down. I want to sing I've Been Working on the Railroad, said Joshua angrily. I'm tired of waiting. What's going on here? Asked Mrs. D. I thought everyone was in such a good mood. Now it seems like everyone is grumpy. I'm sorry to see that. I'm not grumpy, Danielle said. Thank you, Danielle, said Mrs. D. Now let's sing. The children finally sang their song. When they finished, Mrs. D said, That was wonderful. Now, does anyone know what we're going to do today? Tracy and Tara quickly raised their hands. Ouch, Tracy, said Danielle. Your hand hit my face. Tracy put her hand down. Now even Danielle is grumpy, Albert thought. Okay, Tracy, Mrs. D said. What's special about today? After snack time, we're going to walk to the bakery on the corner, Tracy said. And then we'll watch them bake bread, just for us. I was going to say that, Tara said to Tracy, but you said it first. I'm sorry that so many of you are in such a bad mood, said Mrs. D. It is certainly okay to be grumpy, but I hope everyone feels better soon. Looking at the clock, she continued, Now it's time for our morning activities. Soon everyone was playing happily, but then Danielle took Tara's favorite puzzle off the shelf. I'm so grumpy, Tara said. Brendan splashed Danielle as she walked by the water table. I'm so grumpy, Danielle said. Albert put down his train tracks all over the blocks area, leaving no room for Joshua to build. I'm so grumpy, said Joshua. Mrs. D helped the children solve their problems. Then she announced, Time for snack. Maybe that will cheer everyone up. But snack time was no better. You can't sit there, Tracy said to Brendan. I'm saving that chair for Danielle. I'm so grumpy, said Brendan. Tara spilled juice on Tracy's napkin. I'm so grumpy, said Tracy. Tara took the last whole cracker and left the broken pieces for Albert. I'm so grumpy, said Albert. What's going on here? Mrs. D asked. We're all grumpy, Danielle said. Well, we're going on our class trip soon, Mrs. D said. Let's sit on the rug and talk about it. The children dropped their napkins and cups in the garbage can and joined Mrs. D. We shouldn't be so grumpy, said Albert. Why is that? Asked Mrs. D. Because we're going to the bakery. They're going to bake bread for us, he replied. That's right, said Tracy. It'll be fun, Joshua added. Everyone seemed to be cheering up, but all at once the sky grew dark and thunder began to rumble. Lightning flashed in the sky, and in an instant it was pouring rain. The children ran to the window to watch the rain fall. Now we can't go to the bakery, Danielle said. This is the worst day ever, said Tara. I'm the grumpiest dinosaur in the whole world, Brendan shouted. No, you're not, Tracy said. I'm the grumpiest. No, you're not, Tara said. I am. No, said Danielle. It's me. Joshua began to giggle, then to laugh. What's so funny? Albert said. That's the silliest thing I ever heard, Joshua said. Who's the grumpiest dinosaur? That's silly. He laughed louder and louder. Tara started to laugh too. Josh was right, said Tara. It's silly. Soon everyone was laughing. Well, Mrs. D said, I'm sorry that the storm ruined our trip, but I'm so glad everyone is feeling better. Just then, there was a knock on the door. I wonder who that could be, asked Mrs. D as she opened the door. It's the bakers, Danielle said. From the bakery, added Albert. They have a big box. The children crowded around the bakers. Here's something we baked just for you, said one of the bakers. Since you couldn't visit us, we decided to visit you. Mrs. D opened the box. It's a cake, Tara said. And it's chocolate, Brendan added. Now we're not grumpy anymore, Albert said. Everyone cheered. While the children and the bakers happily ate the chocolate cake, Mrs. D sang this song. Today was such a grumpy day, as grumpy as can be. Now everyone is feeling fine and smiles are all I see. And that is the end of our story. Thank you very much for listening. I hope you have a wonderful day.